Hi, Eileen Veilleux, the fam here. Welcome to another installment in our mini mental health series. And in this installment, we will be going over Pica. Now, before we begin, let me remind you to please watch the full video because throughout the video, there'll be 3 key words. When I get to the key word, I will say keyword, then what that keyword is. At the end of the video, in the comment section, along with a genuine comment about the video, put in the 3 comments that you heard to be eligible for my free merch giveaway when I reach 2,000 subscribers. Let's get started. Pica. What is Pica? Pica is an eating disorder that involves a person eating things that they really shouldn't be eating. Typical keyword, non-food. Things a person might eat when diagnosed with pica include wool, talcum powder, paint, cloth or clothing, hair, dirt, pebbles, paper, gum, soap, and ice. Pica does not include someone who ingests diet foods or drinks that have no minimal nutritional value though. Generally, pica is not diagnosed in children younger than 2 years old because many infants will attempt to eat things that are not edible as part of a normal childhood development. Sometimes pica might be diagnosed in conjunction with another mental disorder diagnosis, such as an autism or schizophrenia. If pica is the focus of clinical attention during treatment, in addition to another mental health concern, it should also be diagnosed. So what are the symptoms of pica? Well, pica symptoms will include keyword, persistent eating of non-nutritional substance for a period of at least 1 month. The eating of keyword non-nutritive substance is appropriate to the person's developmental level. For instance, a 12-year-old eating dirt would generally be considered inappropriate, while it would be appropriate for a 5-year-old. The eating behavior is not a part of culinary sanctioned practice or a part of a community's social norms. Some cultures may, have different eating habits than we do, so that has to be taken in effect. If the eating behavior occurs exclusively during the course of another mental disorder like autism, schizophrenia, or OCD, or any other medical condition such as pregnancy, it is sufficiently severe to warrant independent clinical attention. So, how do you diagnose pica? Well, pica is generally diagnosed by a mental health specialist or pediatrician. It most often occurs in childhood, but can occur and be diagnosed at any point during a person's lifetime. It is not uncommon for a woman who is pregnant to have non-food cravings, but unless it is very severe and a persistent problem, it generally is not diagnosed. It is generally only diagnosed when the behavior may result in increased medical risk to the individual, since many substances can be physically harmful. When left untreated, the course of the disorder may be lengthy, like in years. And what they're talking about, I don't know if anybody's ever heard it, of kids doing this, is taking like a eraser off of a pencil and chewing the eraser, or chewing the lead, the pencil itself. Like they said, at certain ages, that's kind of normal. But if they continue this, then it's not, and it's probably pica. Another example of pica is somebody that will eat, like peel paint from an old lead house with lead paint, and they peel it, and they end up getting lead poisoning from it. There's many different examples of pica. It's mainly children will get it, and sometimes, it goes into them as they grow into an adult. But like they said, you can't count anybody under 2 because infants tend to, put things in their mouth, even things that shouldn't be. It's generally for, children starting, I would say, from the age of 5 and looked into the teenagers. If they do it maybe once, then it's probably not pica, it's just curiosity. If they do it consistently for a month or more, there's a good chance that it's pica or they have something else causing them to do it. And I would encourage that if you know anybody that does this, to help them to seek the proper help, even if it's an adult. Um, because there are certain things that's harmful to our body. Just taking for an example, dirt. If we just take common soil that we get outside and stuff, and we eat it even as an adult, yes, it's soil and it will probably pass through our body. But the soil has many, many bacteria in it that can cause your body to get a septic infection that could be very harmful to you. That's why when you have a cut, of course, you need to clean it so it doesn't get infected. So this is why it is important to make sure that if you know anybody that may have it, that you talk to them about it. If it's a child, of course, you can't talk to them. But you can mention to their parents, like if they come over to your house and you have children and they're playing with your children and you notice this more than once that they come over. I mean, if they only do it once, it can, just let it go. It's just probably curiosity. If it's more than once and it's not done under a stupid thing like a dare, but you see it constantly and your child tells you what they see, then maybe you should bring it up to their parent in a nice, loving, and gentle way to let them know that this could be potentially harmful for their child and they should seek help. Remember to always see with your heart and not your eyes. One of my followers had mentioned a good question to me. They had said in a comment, they wondered how nice the world would be if we could see how people's hearts were. And if everybody, this can happen, but everybody has to look with their hearts, and unfortunately, a lot of us don't. A lot of people are superficial and they judge superficially. They judge by the way your hair is, the way you walk, your clothes. If they think you have too many tattoos or whatever, this is all a form of superficial judging. This is just the shell. And this should not be judged. What needs to be judged is right here inside the heart. And sometimes it's hard because you could have all the right intentions, but that other person may not be true and genuine. And yes, a lot of times when we judge by the heart, we can get hurt, but a lot of times we can prevent ourselves from being hurt. Because we're not judging superficially. We're giving everybody a chance to show who they really are. So to remember, always, always, always look with your heart and not your eyes, because what your eyes see truly doesn't matter. What really counts is invisible to the eye, because only the heart can see it. And that's the personality, the meat of that person, what's inside of them, what makes them them, is what counts. Never judge by what somebody else says about somebody. Judge for yourself. And don't be superficial that if somebody says something wrong, you blast them on social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, it doesn't matter. If you're an adult and somebody says something to you that you don't like, call them aside. Let them know and say, hey, look, that really hurt on what you said. I don't know if you meant it in that way, but I appreciate it if you wouldn't do it again. You don't need to blast them. There's enough people out there airing their dirty laundry on social media. Don't do that, because then that looks bad on you. Always do things with your heart in a very loving, kind way. Even if you're confronting somebody, give them the respect that you would want somebody to give you if you did something and you didn't know what upset them. You wouldn't want somebody to blast something you did all over social media or to everybody else off of social media. You would want them to come and face you face to face like a grown-up and an adult. Give them that same respect. And until I see you again, remember, I love each and every one of you for who you are, just as you are. So I will see you all again later. Have a great day. Bye.